that's just getting started. I mean, you talked about the impact that Officer Ty had on our community, and this is a prime example of that. You're seeing it unfold right before your eyes. Hundreds of law enforcement officers here this morning getting ready to honor him and make their way over to Central Church. You can see this procession just getting started right now. But the agencies that are here today, I want to make it very clear to you. I was talking to police officers earlier before this procession got started, and they shared with me they had agencies calling not only from all across the state, but all across the Southwest region asking to be here this morning to honor Officer Ty. We also saw Officer Ty's family get here this morning. You're about to see them approach down Main Street in that party bus, that silver party bus. Obviously a very difficult day for them. We know that Officer Ty was a father to a 19-year-old girl named Jada. She shared memories with him, saying that they loved playing volleyball together. But he was such an active member of our community, and the volleyball community was something that they really bonded over. And so many people over the past few weeks have come out and have said beautiful things about Officer Ty and everything that he did in our community. Again, you're looking at the procession that just got started here. Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department units making their way down Main Street. In just a few moments, we're also going to be seeing Las Vegas Fire as well as Clark County Fire making their way down Main Street. And again, they're heading over to Central Church in Henderson for a service to honor Officer Ty. I'm going to give this just a few moments right now so we can take in the procession as we say one final goodbye to Officer Ty. So as you can see, there's no shortage of support here this morning. We've seen Las Vegas Metro Police, Clark County Fire, Las Vegas Fire, Henderson Police, CCSD Police, the North Las Vegas Police Department. We've seen agencies from Reno and from Salt Lake City. All of them have come here this morning to honor Officer Ty and, of course, the legacy that he left behind. He was just 49 years old when he was killed in the line of duty and was a veteran with the Metro Police Department, having served with the department since 1999. Again, the impact that he had in our community is really incredible, and that's really coming to light this morning as we watch this procession take off over to Central Church in Henderson.
You are watching live pictures right now from the procession leaving Palm Mortuary as it continues its way heading down toward Central Church in Henderson. We have our reporter Alyssa Bethencourt live on scene here providing these images for us, and we usually see hundreds of different law enforcement coming here to pay their respects. Again, this is all in honor and to remember fallen officer Trung Tai, who died in the line of duty. This moment is a moment where our entire community comes together, literally at a standstill. We'll see a full police escort, where you're looking at right now, winding its way towards Central Church. These draw in hundreds of officers from across the state, across the country. I believe we just saw an image from Twin Falls Police, that's in Idaho. This is a demonstration of unity and brotherhood, a tough loss for our entire community, but also for police departments, law enforcement departments everywhere. We've seen so many tweets and so many people sending out their condolences from the day we all learned that Officer Trung Tai died. I remember Metro tweeting out an end of watch video thanking Officer Tai for his dedication to the department, also saying your sacrifice will not be forgotten. There was also a moment of silence at the Clark County Commission meeting. Also, Clark County tweeting out, it's a sad day in Las Vegas. Clark County joins with the entire community mourning the death of Officer Trung Tai following the tragic death in the line of duty, serving and protecting others. And that is something to remember. His family speaking to us here at Channel 13 saying that's what he wanted to do with his life, was serve and protect our community. And he took that very, very seriously. I remember one of our reporters talking to his father, and he said he knew since he was a child that this is what he wanted to do: serve and protect our community, keep people safe, and give back as well. And that's something that we heard from Metro officers saying. He was a mentor to a lot of people who joined the Metro Police Department, teaching them the ways and just continuing to give back.
Yeah, a big part of that, Kalina, was the fact that their family came from Vietnam. When Paulina talked to his dad, he said that our ability to immigrate from Vietnam to the United States was profoundly impactful on our family because we knew where we came from. He said it was that understanding, that knowledge is what led Trung Tai to want to become a police officer. He spent 23 years providing service to this community, to this area. 3 years of that he spent in financial crimes. Another 3 years he spent in the training division. But also when he left the police department to go home for the day, he was very active and engaged in his community. He was a volleyball coach. He had a passion for boating. He loved to give back to his community and to be a part of it. When we look at the number of Asian Americans that make up police officers in this country, it's only about 2%. But his dad said he was proud to be part of that 2% and gave his life to do what he loved to do. He said that he was a pillar in this community, that he had a phenomenal moral compass, and that he felt that this was his duty and his obligation to serve, and he did that every single day to the best of his ability. What you're looking at right now, this is that lead vehicle in this procession. As that vehicle passed by, you could see his casket in the back of that truck, and this is where it's heading. It will head to Central Church. It's left Palm Mortuary, went down South Main Street. They headed west on Washington Avenue. Now it is on southbound I-15. It's going to exit east on Sahara Avenue, and it will go south on Las Vegas Boulevard. From there, it will go east on the I-215, north on US 95, and then it will exit on Russell Road until it reaches Central Church, and that is where that funeral service will take place.
As you're tuning in right now, you'll see that we have different cameras situated across the valley to show you the different portions of this procession route. You can see this one right now over the I-15 at Washington. The procession heading through this stretch of the roadway right now. You'll see it head through several different areas across the Las Vegas Valley. You can see here the truck with the casket, Officer Trung Tai. there, the flag draped over that casket. This is an emotional time for this entire community and also this department. Driving that truck right now with the casket behind it. You can see hundreds of vehicles behind with their lights on right now as they continue to make their way toward Central Church in Henderson for this procession route. A lot of pomp and circumstance, showing unity, camaraderie. This is such an unfortunate time for this entire family, but I know the family has said they are just so shocked and surprised with the impact Officer Trung Tai made to his fellow colleagues within the department, the people he mentored as well, but also the entire community. This has impacted departments across the nation, people across the nation as well. I remember seeing tweets from the New York Police Department sending their condolences the day we found out that Officer Trung Tai passed away. Same thing with the Baltimore County Police Department as well, saying your bravery and service will never be forgotten. Rest in peace. And you can see this image here with the flags draped over, just hanging as this procession makes its way by. We do want to note, if you head out today and you see this procession, please keep your distance. I do want to make sure everyone stays safe as they continue the end of watch for Officer Trung Tai. But something to just note of, when we were looking through the obituary, you can see a lot of different photos that were provided by the family, but also by friends. And when you look at those photos, this officer had a smile on his face on every single one of those pictures. And the captions were all just saying what a great person he was, what an impact he made in the community, how he loved coaching girls volleyball, how he loved being on a boat and fishing, and just loved being around family. I feel like I saw a photo of him barbecuing too, so we know he liked food. Just seemed like a really great person to be around and a really great partner for the Metro Police Department to have. So this definitely is an impact to them here at home, the Metro Police Department, also, of course, departments across the valley as well, today as we continue to honor fallen Officer Trung Tai.
You know, there was a moment, Kalina, where one of his fellow officers said that he had the opportunity to move to cover another part of the Las Vegas Valley, and he said, no, I'm going to stay right where I am. This is a dangerous part of the town where they'd seen an uptick in some violent crimes. And he said, this is where I'm needed. This is where I need to be. And it just goes to show how much he cared about his job, how much he cared about the people of Las Vegas and keeping all of us safe. So it really goes back to who he was as a person and how much he loved this community and wanted to give back in this way, whether it was, you know, on the volleyball court with the girls that he coached or through his job. A very big part of this community that this entire community really does feel at this point in time.
And you see that here in Las Vegas. I feel like we've had several, unfortunately, of these funeral processions for law enforcement over the past 3 years I've been here. But every single time this community comes together to show their respects, to honor, to remember. We saw that immediately with the donations pouring into the Injured Police Officers Fund to help out this family. Again, he's survived by his 19-year-old daughter. We also know he was a great father, son, uncle, friend to so many people. And it really is a huge loss for the community, but also a chance for the community to make sure that family knows they will not be alone. His memory and legacy will not be forgotten. And hopefully this provides them some peace to know and see how much he impacted every single person here in Las Vegas, in Nevada, and also across the country.
You talk about this community really coming together. Our Rachel Moore is at the Welcome to Fabulous Las Vegas sign, and she was saying that a number of folks have gathered at that location wanting to share their thoughts and send good messages to Officer Tai. There were 23 flags that were placed there. She says she spoke with John Wadby, who put up all of those flags. He says he did this when Officer Justin Terry died in June and did not know Officer Tai, but wanted to do that for him. So it really just goes to show how much this community cares about these officers and how much this means to them. I mean, you look at this long line of police vehicles and emergency first responders that are here, like you said, Kalina, all across the country. I took note of that Twin Falls, Idaho truck as well. And it really is just a moment to just take in, to see how the brothers and sisters in blue do come together and recognize what this means for our community and how we all have to push together and move forward. through this time. But this is a time to remember and to honor Officer Ty and all that he has given to this community. We talk about him and his legacy and what he's given back to this community. I was looking into some of the numbers, and he's the 28th officer to have been killed in the line of duty for Metro Police Department. So unfortunately, this is something that we have seen before, but we know that the sacrifice and the service that he has given means a lot to this community.
You are watching the funeral procession right now for fallen officer Trung Tai. We've seen the motorcade heading through the area right now. You can see it's on the Las Vegas Strip. That what you're looking at right now, that is the truck carrying the casket for Officer Trung Tai with the flag draped over it behind. And as this casket and the motorcade continues to make its way throughout the Las Vegas Valley, here on the Strip, we've seen the marquees up with Officer Trung Tai's photo. You can see it behind you there on the right side. The Venetian there with his photo. We saw it on the Wynn as well. Resorts World has a photo there saying, honoring and remembering the life of Officer Trung Tai, who was killed in the line of duty just about 2 weeks ago. He served at the department for more than 20 years. He was a staple here in our community. And you can see just the impact. I mean, this motorcade really just takes your breath away. This is a moment where our entire city comes together to pay their respect, to honor the fallen officer for doing what he loved to do, which was serve our community and also keeping us safe. That was something that we heard from friends, from colleagues, from family members. His father saying he is speechless by seeing the impact and hearing all the kind words from people across the community and what they had to say. Now, this procession that you're looking at, this will have a lot of pomp and circumstance showing unity and camaraderie. You'll see the casket team that we saw earlier, family and friends, folding of the flags. You also see the taps being played, 21 gun salute, an end of watch call as well, honor guards, special speakers that will be coming up during the actual funeral service, which will also air live as well. But this is just a moment for our entire community to really come together and honor his life, his legacy, his memory. Think about what he was doing and how he served to protect us, and that was his duty and his obligation, something that we're told from family members he took very, very seriously. And as we look back at the moments for the past 2 weeks of this entire community coming together, I mean, we had a tribute just last night where the public was invited to pay their final respects. And you can see here with all the different departments coming together, we have the fire department, Henderson Fire Department, Clark County Fire Department, Las Vegas Fire. We have departments from all over. We saw Idaho, Salt Lake City. Obviously, we have our law enforcement agencies here, part of this procession route as well, emergency crews, just leading the way and leading Officer Trung Tai to his final resting place.
You know, what strikes me, just looking at all of those photos that we've been playing for you as you watch this procession, and to see him in the elements and the things that he loved to do, it's so nice to see that, because a big part of this is about the job and giving back, but then when you go home from that job, you're also a family man, right? And from what we've heard from his family, he was very much that, loving to give back to his community and to help out whenever he could. We've mentioned the fact that he coached girls volleyball and how big of an impact he made on those teams and family members there, and just being a big staple of this community. You know, when you live and work in different cities, you can either just go to work and then go home and kind of leave it all there, right? But he wanted to be a person that gave back to his community and wanted to be involved. He's Vietnamese, and his dad was talking about how important that culture was to him, and understanding, you know, when they immigrated from Vietnam to the United States and how much they've gotten from this country, wanting to give back to the country as well. So when you see that, that's what inspired him to want to be a police officer, to want to give back, and that was really the way that he lived his life.
And to your point, we heard from his partner, Officer Greg Hilton, who said that Officer Tai could have been anywhere, but he chose to work in the most dangerous area, worked graveyard shift, and that was because he loved what he did and loved to protect and serve. And I really think that just speaks to the person he is. And as you continue to watch this procession right now, we have our traffic cameras up so you can see it as it makes its way through. But Justin, while you were talking, on the left side of the screen where the casket was heading through along with the procession, you could see people stopping on the overpass, looking over and paying their final respects. We've seen people lining up on the street as well. So this is just really a moment for our community to come together, for the family to know that they have a family in all of us who are here to remember, to honor, to show our respects for this fallen officer. Again, Justin, just like you said, doing what he loved to do and also just protecting us every single day. This was why he served, and this is something that we know he just absolutely loved to do and did not take lightly. He took his job very seriously and felt like it was his obligation to keep all of us safe. We're going to continue this coverage for you. We'll give you different camera angles throughout the procession route. We are going to check in with a few reporters coming up, but we just want to give you a moment to just take this in and observe the procession as it heads through the Las Vegas Valley. As you continue to watch our procession coverage right now for fallen officer Trung Tai, we have reporters in different places right now giving you different views of this procession.
Yeah, our Rachel Moore is at the Welcome to Fabulous Las Vegas sign, so we want to get to her to talk about what she's seeing.
Justin, Kalina, good morning. One by one, community members have been coming by to pay their respects, to join in on this procession here at the Welcome to Fabulous Las Vegas sign. And I'm joined now with John Wabi. He's the one who has set up 23 flags along the gate of the parking lot of the Welcome to Fabulous Las Vegas sign. John, tell me, why did you want to do this?
Frankly, I just wanted to tell Metro that we love you and we have your support no matter what.
And you told me that you didn't know Officer Tai personally.
I did not know. You don't have to know an officer, that when an officer goes down in the line of duty. Sorry, this is rough.
I understand you're choking up a little bit right now.
When an officer goes down, the whole community goes down. And this is very emotional to see.
Okay, we want to show the procession that's coming by here right now. All the community members who are showing their sign of support, raising their flags right now.
Thank you so much for joining us right now as we continue our coverage of the procession service for fallen officer Trung Tai. You can see this motorcade, this procession heading through Las Vegas Strip right now, driving through the Welcome to Fabulous Las Vegas sign where we've seen flags draped over the side. A lot of people gathered there to pay their respects. We have our reporter, Rachel Moore, on scene who just talked to someone who got choked up trying to describe what this loss means for not only the department, but the entire community. And as this motorcade has been making its way through the Las Vegas Valley, we have seen so many people just gathering to pay their respects, hundreds of different departments and vehicles here joining in this day to honor and respect fallen officer Trung Tai. You can see the marquees as well, the Aria, the Cosmopolitan, Bellagio. We've seen Resorts World all lit up in loving memory with Officer Trung Tai's photo. Also, Justin, you and I were talking about some of the comments we saw on the obituary page, and also just the smiles. Almost every single photo he had, including this photo that we're seeing in loving memory of Officer Trung Tai, he has a smile on his face. He seemed like a great person. Everyone who knew him said he was a great person, a wonderful father, a great son, an uncle, a great person to be around, just a great spirit. And you can see that in those photos, especially the fishing photos where he's holding one of them. He had a fish. I'm told he loved being on boats. He loved coaching girls volleyball. And, you know, we see these officers protect us every single day, but sometimes we don't get to really know who they are behind the uniform. And seeing the comments and seeing the photos really gives us a sense of who he was. Also hearing from his family how he just took his job very seriously, also just wanted to protect and serve, loved his family, and loved to be here in the community making a difference.
Yeah, you're looking at an image now outside of Central Church. This is where that procession is heading, where that funeral will take place. But you mentioned, you know, the oath that these officers swear to serve and to protect. Mm-hmm. But serving is more than just serving on the police force. For Officer Trung Tai, that was serving in his community as well. And we've gotten that sense over the past couple of weeks to see how much of a pillar he has been in this particular community. We also heard from a former sergeant of his, Stan Hitt. He's out of the Northeast Area Command, and he described Officer Tai as hardworking, determined, passionate, courageous. He said Tai joined his police squad back in 2001, and he said he quickly took the job to heart. But you mentioned so many people coming together for this moment to pay their respects to Officer Tai. We've also heard from a number of leaders across the state of Nevada. We've heard from Governor Steve Sisolak. He tweeted that officers put their lives on the line selflessly to protect us every single day, and that is certainly something that Officer Tai did. We know that the officers will continue to do that. This means a lot to them to be able to give back to their community in this way, and we thank them for doing this each and every day that they are able to do it. have been watching our digital coverage of the procession for Officer Trung Tai. We want to thank you for joining in this moment and sharing with us as we share with you what's taking place in our community, a devastating loss.
The entire community coming together right now to honor fallen Officer Trung Tai. We have seen hundreds of police vehicles, law enforcement vehicles making its way through the Las Vegas Valley. We are continuing our coverage live on ABC 13, where we will continue with the procession as well as the funeral service. Here on Channel 13, we also have cameras set up across the entire valley. You'll be able to see the procession from different angles, so be sure to switch over to Channel 13. Thank you so much for joining us here on this Friday as we continue to honor and respect fallen officer Trung Thai. The entire community coming together today to pay their respects. We've been following this procession live on our digital channel. Now we are live here on ABC 13. And throughout the past hour or so, we have seen this entire community show up for this fallen officer. We do have our reporter Abel Garcia joining us right now from Central Church in Henderson. Abel, what are you seeing on your end?
Yeah, Kalina and Justin, good morning to you. Well, it is never easy to be here at Central Church in Henderson when there's a funeral service for a fallen officer, for our fallen heroes, as we continue to see just the wide amount of community members, former colleagues, and also different family members who are now here to also honor and also pay the respect to the family of Officer Trung Thai. Right now, as you can see here behind me, I want you guys to take a look as we prepare for this procession to arrive here. You can see just all of this honor guard right now lined up preparing for Officer Thai to arrive here and give him that final goodbye. As you can see right over there in that back end of the funeral parking lot here as well, of this church parking lot, you can see just that beautiful large American flag that is hanging there. That is where Officer Thai and this entire procession will be going under to enter into Central Church as well. And as we continue to just see this overall, just the emotions that are flowing here right now at Central Church from all the different individuals who are here. We've had the opportunity to speak to some people who are entering into Central Church, and they just share with us the impact that this individual had on their lives, not only on them, but for this entire community, how he just had such a go-getter attitude, and he was somebody who was so passionate for what he was doing. And as you guys mentioned before as well, you know, somebody who came from Vietnam at a very young age, who came here to pursue his dream of being an officer and protecting our community. And you can just see it right now in the number of people that are here with all these men in uniform, men and women in uniform, who are here supporting Officer Thai, being here to give him that final goodbye, as it is never easy to put on that uniform, and you are always facing that danger of something happening. And of course, it is something that these men and women face every single day when they get behind that badge as well. And of course, what we were just being told is they're going to go ahead and enter that procession where we just showed you right under that flag as well. They're going to come in through this entire line of honor guard men. See them enter into Central Church here very, very soon, and to continue on with the funeral service. But again, this man was such an incredible individual. I had the opportunity to speak to his very first sergeant over at the Northeast Area Command as well, where that's where he first started, and he just says that this was such an exemplary individual who not only was so passionate for what he was doing, but so passionate to protect and serve our community. And from the very beginning, you can just tell the type of individual that Officer Trung Thai was, and the impact